Well, good afternoon. It's been a long day. I got up early this morning with the intention of cleaning Katie. She was looking a little bit grubby, and been out a couple of times with her, and I think we'd had one rainy day, so she's got a little bit of road dirt on her, and you know, as you do. And she'd been standing here for a couple of weeks without going out, so I thought I'd give her a wash, but it absolutely tipped it down this morning. So as soon as it started to ease off, I got out here with the bucket and the sponge and the pole and all of that, and she's now had a nice rinse down. Nothing too energetic, a couple of hours just to give her a freshen up. And we've started to load things into Katie, and we're ready for a 3-night trip, a little winter trip. Where are we now? We're at least it's the 20th tomorrow, 20th of November 2025, so it's a winter time trip really, because it started to get really chilly, and we had our first frost last night or the night before, so we're into the colder weather. Give you a quick look at Katie. We have got a little issue with our new van. She's only a month old, bless her, but we have got an issue. A couple of little things that have occurred that we've things that we're getting used to, shall we say, and those little niggles that you get with a brand new van from the factory. I'll tell you about them now, and one in particular that we're having to go and get sorted out tomorrow. At Simpsons. They've been very good about it. They've said they've fitted us in really quickly. I only rang them on Monday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Drop in. They actually offered, I think, for us to go today. But I said, well, we are going out on Thursday. We'll make a detour and come and see you on the way out. So, and it's because of this, I'll show you. So there's our Katie in a sleeping position on the drive there. She tucks in really nicely in the corner of the drive. But what I noticed was, although she's looking pretty good, I was wandering around the van just checking around a couple of days ago, probably a week or so ago, and I noticed that this little indicator lamp here, if you can see that, got a bit misted at the top, but it's actually more than half full of water. So I thought, well, I can't be having that. So that's what we're going to get sorted out. I hope that doesn't fuse. I can actually see it better from the side, I think. I don't know if you can see that. Got quite close to it. But anyway, they're going to have a look at it. It's a warranty job, of course. Going to take a look at it and hopefully get the water out of it tomorrow, and if I do need another sealed unit there or fitting, I'm sure they'll order that and get that sorted out for me. I'm also going to find out when the canopy that's due, well, we should have had it fitted before we took delivery of it really, but that got delayed. There was a part missing or something, so I said, well, I don't need it immediately, let's take the van, and when we come back to have one or two little things which you always get, we're going to see if we can get that fitted as well, get all the odds and ends tidied up. So it's going to be an early start tomorrow. We've got a 2-hour journey up to Great Yarmouth, Simpsons of Great Yarmouth, and we'll leave here probably about 8 o'clock in the morning. We do have a 10 o'clock appointment, and they've booked it in the workshop for half an hour to get that little job sorted. And then we'll have a chat with them about the other things, the canopy and 1 or 2 other little things which I need to ask about, purely because we did the handover and some of it I forgot. So if Andy's around, I might just have a chat with him and ask him about that. But otherwise we're all fairly happy. I have reorganised the garage a bit. We've taken some things out. Power banks I won't need this weekend. I also took out the Wastemaster because we're going to Sandringham, and that's a caravan and motorhome club site, and they have all the facilities there that we need without taking everything. Outside chairs, I don't think we're going to be sitting outside, so they've come out. So we've shed some weight and I wanted to do that because today or tomorrow morning I'm going to be taking little Ethel. So if you don't know who Ethel is, I'll show you Ethel. There we are. There we are. There's me taking it for granted that you know who Ethel is. This is EFL, look, Ethel. And we're going to tow Ethel on the back. We've got all the kit from the last 2 vans we've towed Ethel, Smurf and also Bertie before that, and that'll be the first time we use the towing gear on the back of Katie. And so that's that. And it's already getting quite chilly. It's 3 o'clock now and it's already starting to get quite cold out here, so I'm going to go and get tucked up and get a few more things packed in bags ready to put in the van first thing in the morning, and we'll catch you on the journey at some point. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful morning. I was up about 7 this morning. It was just getting light, and took Sophie and Oscar for just a little walk. We're on the end of a line here, which I quite like. I like being on the end of a line, mainly because you often get a little bit of grass, and our dogs, they can't walk far before they need to go, so we don't always make it as far as the doggy walk. But anyway, it's nice being on the end of a line. You only have one neighbour. Not that we're antisocial, you know. But got Ethel with us. A little car. Haven't taken the hitch off the front or the sign off the back yet. We got here yesterday and just chilled out. Picking you up from when we left home, we made a journey, a bit of a detour, a bit of a dog's leg as we call it, so we went that way to go that way, up the A12 north to Great Yarmouth, which took a couple of hours, and we got there for 10 o'clock, quickly unhitched the car, and our 10 o'clock appointment was kept. The van went in, Katie, our new van, went in for a warranty problem. They agreed with us that was a warranty issue. Have a quick look at the front of the Katie and I'll show you what's gone wrong. I mean, it's not a big issue, let's just put that on the table straight away, but it's a water problem. If the water had got in more, I think we could have had an electrical fault. Let me show you the front. Here we are in the beautiful sunshine. I've just cleared the ice off Ethel. I don't think we're going out in Ethel, but I just wanted to clear the ice off while it was melting. We've picked this pitch number 83 because I knew we were going to get lovely sunshine around here. There isn't out for long. If the sun does come out this time of year, it's only for a couple of hours, but it's quite nice to have it shining on the van. Got the wedges out. I could have come up on the top of the wedge really, but it was getting dark by the time we got here, so we settled with that. Might go up on the wedge. We're slightly sloping on the pitch, but this is the culprit. You can see it's started to mist up again now because the sun is on it, but this was half full of water, and what they've done is they've just drilled a little hole in the bottom there to drain it off. So clearly there's a problem with that, and as with many vans, this would normally be a Fiat manufactured cab. On this particular chassis it's not, it's a Rapido manufactured front end, so we have a warranty issue with Rapido. They are going to replace that Lite. As you can see from this side, this one is perfectly good. There's no water problem with that one at all. And then of course you've these, they look like they've misted up, but they're not. They've just got the sort of morning frost that's melted. Very heavy frost this morning as well, but there we are. So how did we get on with Ethel then? Well, we didn't really know that Ethel was on the back. Every now and again when you put the brakes on, you get a little boom on the back as the brakes kick in on the car, and it's a little bit of a boom, you know, you feel it, just a little jiggle, if you like, as the two tally up. Here's the tow hitch, you see, Alco, all built at the factory before it came into the UK, and 13 pin plug which just plugs into the A-frame, and the front of Ethel. We've had her converted to accept the pneumatic link between the car and the van, so the brakes come on and the front lights don't activate when you switch the van lights on. A little complicated, but that's basically it. So anyway, but towing was absolutely fine. Just have to remember that you're another 4 metres long. You know, you've got 3 metres the car and at least another metre on the A-frame. So you turn from a 7 metre van, which is all that Katie is. She's only 7 metres long, 6.99 on the document, but you turn it into what, 11 metres, probably nearer 12 if you're truthful. Yeah, by the time you get a little bit of space either side, a little bit of wriggle room, as they say. But yeah, we do like bringing the car, especially in winter when you know, sit in the van all day. Can't always go for a walk, at least you can go for a drive. When we're with friends, we can take our friends out. But look at this. This is Sandringham Caravan and Motorhome Club Site, and Sue's just come out round the back here because I think Oscar needed a wee. So they can't go far now. When they want to go, they have to go. So we tend to pick somewhere where we can discreetly take them behind a van or up the hill a bit, just here. Very, very pretty. The woodland here at Sandringham is gorgeous. We're in a row here, quite a popular little spot here because of the sunshine. But just the other side of the road, we've got Sheila and Joe, our Cadet Joe. I don't think the Cadet's going to be coming out this weekend, which is rather a shame. Look at all that ice I just took off the car. Still not melting. But we are up to about 3 degrees now. And before you burst into song, when will I see you again? Well, we're going to toddle off for a little walk shortly. Sue's just putting a few things away. We'll probably drop the blinds down and lock the dogs in the cab. They're just going to go for a little walk, so that they don't, well, you know, they don't get a bit distressed while we're away then. And then we're going to walk up. I think we're going to go through, there's a little footpath, and I think it's about 3 miles. Whether it's 3 miles there and back, or 3 miles, I think it's a 3 mile round trip to Sandringham Visitor Centre. And at the moment they've got what they call Illuminate, which we attended last year, and we videoed that last year. So if we don't attend it this year, I'll put a little clip on from last year of that, just to show you what it's like. But Sheila and Joe haven't been before, so we're going to consider going there tonight. But I think it's about £26 or £27 each to get in. So not that we're, you know, tight-fisted, but if you've already done it before, and we're probably going to go to, well, we are going to Helmingham to see their Christmas lights, and next week, yeah, and also I think we're going to go up to Selby Hall in Yorkshire, so that'll be nice. Right, let's go for a little walk in the forest then, see what we can find. Well, just come in the van again. Just had a call from Brindley. Lucky he got through actually, because there's no phone signal here. It's very rural Norfolk here amongst all the woodland. There's a couple of places that we know we can get signal just down by the toilet block and up the hill as well. We know that you can wander up the hill and get signal. But spoke to Brindley at Simpsons Motorhomes. He just wanted me to provide 1 or 2 details of the van so that he can put that through to Rapido. Right, there's another dog coming back in, so I think we're almost ready for the walk now. We'll see you somewhere in the forest. Here's the entrance with the barriers. They do use a system now for fast check-in, which is AMPR, which helps for really busy times, they're telling me. But this is one of the facilities blocks here, one of the brand new facility blocks. Really lovely inside there. I'll show you a little bit of footage that I took discreetly in the gents' toilets. We've got inclusive bathroom there, washing and laundry, and restrooms, or what they call them, bathrooms, just the other side there with the bins. And then here we've got the motley crew with and also one of the motorhome service points, which is really good. We're parked up over there along that line of back line of trees, and here's where you start seeing Sandringham, the whole site from this point. 1 or 2 aircraft going over this morning. We've got the Union flag flying, which is good to see. And up here, there's been 1 or 2 quite big changes to the site. The children's playground is still in the same place as before. One of the toilet blocks is gone, and they've moved it across a bit, so there's 2 toilet blocks still, and they're now just finishing off, I think. Although the site's been open for a few months, they're still finishing off, and I think they're putting in another Elson point, which they said they needed for busy times, over the back there. But in the distance over here you can see another facilities block, and over the back there is a field for camping now. I'll try and give you a look at that, but we're going to go along here by pitch 42, and I think we've got to go up here. and they've gone the wrong way. So shall we call them back? So the site manager said it's by the big transformers, there's a step and stone path. So we'll take the step and stone path. Looks like the pitch here has been done away with for access for the transformers here. I think everything's heat pump and all that sort of stuff. But here we are. That sign says Sandringham House. And apparently it's the favourite home for the King, the King's favourite. The Queen used to like the Scottish Balmoral, apparently. You never do know these things, because sometimes the press make it up, don't they? But I'm sure they like all their royal estates. But here we are. It's the picture of the house, and there's all sorts of events going on there, and we're going to try and have coffee and cake in the cafe and shop. But this area here is all new with the glamping. This is all very new for this year. I'm sure it's going to catch on next year. I mean, it's really, really nice. If you haven't got a caravan or motorhome and you want to do stuff with your family, we could bring our family along here, and we could be in the motorhome and they're in a glamping pod. It's really good, very impressive. We were just talking about car park, and there's some buggies there, little trolleys next to the bins, and looks like you have to park your car here, just behind these trees here. There's one space for each unit, I think, and then you can use one of those little trolleys to take your luggage up to the camping pod. Yeah, pretty good. Well, I've got left behind again. I always do when I film stuff. They leave me behind, so I'm going to catch them up. Joe was just warning me. Look out for, I reckon. Look at that. That's a real tripper up. Get your toe under that one, eh, Joe? God. Yeah, beautiful. Lovely, lovely place this is. If you're a club member and you haven't been to Sandringham yet, give it a look. Even in winter, it's beautiful. So we've just come from over here, up the hill a little bit, and we've come to the Camping and Caravan Club site, which is the neighbouring site and a neighbouring club. There's a little cabin there for a facilities block, but it's much more rustic. It's got that sort of wildlife and untouched appeal, whereas the Caravan and Motorhome Club site is really well polished and brand spanking new, and you know, top notch really. Whereas if you like something that's a little less you know, regimented and a little more natural, the Camping and Caravan Club site is the one for you. It's very nice over there. You can see the pictures are not quite level, and the whole feel of it is a little more untouched, a little bit more foresty. So somebody's been sticking feathers in the poor owl, but this is the entrance to the Camping and Caravan Club site. Just round to the right here is a gate and a path that leads you to the campsite that we're on. So we're just trying to remember how to get back, because every time we do this walk we seem to get lost on the way back. So we come out of the entrance here, and I think we've got to do a little right and then a left. Let's see if I'm correct. Yeah.
You go straight for them, just down the road for them, and now
there we are. There's the Camping and Caravan Club site. More aircraft going ahead. Yeah, we come down to this little crossroads, and you can walk along the road straight through to the car park. See a little squirrel? But we're going to just get to the junction here, do a left and then a right on the footpath, and then we haven't got to walk on the road. If you want to, you can walk all different directions. There's footpaths this way as well. There's loads of walking and cycling. Well, we've made it to the entrance to Luminate. This is where we came in last year. Is where the little fun fair is, and they've got all sorts of hot dog stands and candy floss and all that palaver. Just round to the left, to my left here, is where the little shop is. There's a nice cafe, really nice cafe in here. There's a lovely big Christmas tree. This is what they had last year. This nice tree in the centre here. It's got little tiny lights, little LED lights on it, which you can't quite see in this light. But... and then over to the left is where the shop is. Good afternoon. It's Saturday already. We left you yesterday afternoon in bright sunshine, and since then we've had the wettest 24 hours I think for a while. We're still at Sandringham and we're just walking around the site, so I thought I'd take you with us. We've just watched a Netflix movie and hunkered down for about 4 hours. That was absolutely hammered down. But we've just come out along the road here to stretch our legs, really, get a bit of air. Well, last night we had the fish and chip van. Tonight it's a taste of India. We've just come across the other side here to have a look at some of the facilities. These are all new. There's a bike maintenance stop here, and then all the white pegs go round in a circle here as well. Big old fifth wheel over that side, and then there's another toilet block just through there. We'll walk up to that one. So we just walked all around that circle there. This is all new, I think, this section. And we've come behind this toilet block. Now I think there might be camping up here. I'll put a map on the screen in a minute and you can see where we are, but this is the other toilet block. Interesting that they've got heat pumps and colour tanks, or LPG tanks shall I say. There's lots of solar panels on the other side of the roof here, so they're trying to be eco-friendly, I think. But over here we've got as I say, looks like that could be for tent camping around this side. And you can see where they've cleared some of the fern and taken 1 or 2 trees out just to make this new part. Yes, more rain. it's been raining day and night here at Sandringham, and I went into the forest to walk the dogs first thing this morning. It's now Sunday, and it was squelchy, to say the least. It was squelchy. So we're just waiting at the motorhome service point. I can't think where I am at the moment. So he's chatting with a lady who's just in front of us. They've got one, a Bailey that's just dropping his grey waste, so we'll be a few minutes, and then we're going to do a circle round the site, back to the car, and put the car on the back.
This little lady watches us on YouTube, Trev.
Oh, alright, do you want to give him a card or a sticker? Well, we've made it home. It's about a 2-hour drive from Sandringham to Ipswich. Fairly straightforward, one or two of the usual little pinch points where there's traffic. As you come into Ipswich on the retail parks and things, especially on a Sunday, everyone's doing the Christmas shopping at Smith's Toys, aren't they? That was us last week. Yeah, we're just going to show you the van on the road here. We've just pulled up alongside our house, which is just behind us here. We've pulled up. Literally wanted to show you, we've been on a grubby old drive. It's pretty mucky, the roads in sort of the back roads in Norfolk and Suffolk. We've come via Thetford, which is mostly A roads, but some of them are quite narrow, as you know, this part of the world. We don't do motorways in Suffolk, heaven forbid. Right, turn you around, you can have a little look at the state of the van and the car behind. People are interested in how dirty does your car get. Let's have a look. Well, just as I said, that the sun's come really bright now, so you can see front of Katie, usual sort of van road mess. Not too bad really, considering you've got a bit of splashing up the side here and around the back. But the front of the car does take a bit of a hammering. You can see from here, you get not quite as much as what there used to be on Smurf, actually, because Smurf had the wheels right near the back of the van, whereas we've got a bit of an overhang on this one. If you saw my video before, the wheelbase on this is shorter than on the panel van, so with the overhang you don't get quite as much muck thrown up onto the car from this back wheel. But poor old Ethel needs a bit of a wash, don't she, bless her. And the windscreen, of course, on the car always picks up a bit of road muck when you've towed her. So very often we'll clean the front of the car down when we arrive on a site somewhere. But there we are, this is the A-frame again. Most of you have seen that before if you've watched our videos before. And you've got the safety cable as you normally have with a caravan or a trailer. That's your safety cable, so that disconnects the pneumatic brakes and makes the brakes come on, basically. And then you've got an extra, that's your usual tow and eye, and an extra tow and eye there with the A-frame that collapses in these points here. You can close it like a scissor and retract those, and that goes into a bag. It's a real lightweight tow hitch made by towaframe.com. Very, very good. We've had that 6 years now, and it's still, you know, pretty good really. Gets a bit mucky, but we give it a clean down with some 3-in-1 or some WD-40, that sort of oil, light oil, and that keeps it nice. So around the back, you know, the car is pretty much as you would expect it to be after a little journey really. And of course the number plate is the one we have on the van. I actually forgot to put the 2 triangles on. I usually put 2 triangles on here, but you do have to have 2 triangles on the back to legally make that a trailer. So the car isn't a car in the eyes of the law, that is a trailer. I'm sure there'll be some controversy about that on the video, but that's the way I see it, and that's the way we go. So there we are, 3.5 ton van, 7 metres long. Most of you have seen Katie now, but she's She's doing well. She's got a 140 brake horsepower engine, and we didn't have any trouble at all towing Ethel. Ethel weighs just under a tonne, about 950 kilos all told. So notice I've got a crinkly blind there. I need to do something about that. See that? Look, it's not pegged in properly. So make sure you get your blinds in to catch both sides, because that's what happens if you don't, and that spoils them. So I'll deal with that in a minute. So that's it for this video. We didn't do very much at Sandringham. The weather just was awful, and now we've come home and the sun's come out. Pretty typical really. But we have just under, or no, a week and a bit, about 8 days here at home, and then we're travelling off for our Vlogmas tour, which we're heading north again this year. We enjoy the Yorkshire area, so we're going to go and meet a few people on the way and on the way back, and do a bit of a Vlogmas, you know, mince pies and mulled wine, all that sort of stuff. So we'll see you there. And don't forget to keep watching the old Denmark videos. They're struggling a bit. Nobody really is interested in that tour, it seems, but it is quite nice. It's even if you don't want to go to Denmark, you can see what mischief we get up to. So we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.